So I want to come on today and talk about what is involved when you start working on a new piece of furniture. I mean, I think there's the impression among some people that you just go to the thrift store, or you go to Goodwill, find a piece of furniture, come home, slap some paint on it, and you've got something, new for your home. And, sometimes you get lucky that way, but a lot of times there's a little more work involved. The first thing that you always need to do with any piece of furniture is clean it. You don't know really how it's been used, if there's leftover waxes and things like that, and there's nothing that can ruin your paint more than having a dirty piece to start with. So I like to use a couple different products. One is Dixie Belle's White Lightning. You just add 2 tablespoons into some warm water and clean your piece and then rinse it. This is a TSP product. You could probably find it at the hardware store as well. You always want to wear gloves. And another product that I like to use, and sometimes I'll use them in conjunction. I'll use the TSP first, and then I'll use this Crud Cutter Gloss Off, which you can get it on Amazon, or you can get it just about anywhere, Walmart. And I wanted to show you in particular this piece that has already been cleaned twice and show you what can happen at times. So this is my piece right here, and like I said, I've cleaned it with the TSP and I've cleaned it with Crud Cutter, and yet this has been going on for about half an hour. I'll rub on it and look, it's still coming up dirty. So when that's happening, I believe that's the old finish coming off, and I am going to put a synthetic shellac on this before I start painting. And for some reason I bought the synthetic shellac sealer and not the primer, so I've ordered that from Amazon. So this piece is on hold for right now. I also wanted to show you repairs. There were 2 of them, which, it's, if you're a furniture painter, if you can find things in pairs, you get very excited. This was the other one, and you can see the little nicks here. And what I had to do for that, Dixie Belle makes a product. It's kind of their wood filler product, and it's called Mud. Let's see. And it comes in white or brown. Ideally, if you were going to be painting white, I would probably use the white Mud, but all I have is the brown, and it's worked fine for me. I put a primer over it to make sure it doesn't bleed through. And you use it just like you would a wood filler. You kind of fill it up a little bit, fill it, and then let it dry and sand it down. So that's what you're seeing here, is the Dixie Mud sanded down, filling in those holes. So I'm excited to start these pieces because I got a new furniture transfer from a new company. It's called Hocus Pocus, and you may have seen me show transfers from Iron Orchid Design and Redesign with Prima. And this kind of is a new player on the horizon. I think they started beginning of this year, and all of them work a little bit different. The concept is the same. You're going to be adding sort of an artistic transfer onto your piece. But like Iron Orchid Design, I think goes on a little bit. You need to use a little more muscle getting it on. Redesign with Prima, a little bit less muscle. This, usually they're sticky, and this is not even sticking to the back and behind. So I'm going to be interested to use that. And I also like, it's very big. It comes in 1 sheet. And I really like birds, and bird cages. So this was the one I chose to try. And if you notice here, one of the things when I'm deciding where to put transfers or what to, how to use a transfer is the shape. And so I've got this round piece here, and then I've got this round piece up here. So they will be perfect for the tops of these tables. Shape is just one thing I think about when I'm deciding on a furniture transfer. The other is style of the piece. Like these tables have some detail and they're a little bit feminine. So something like this with florals and butterflies and birds works great. I'm working on another couple pieces of furniture. Once again, I found two, which just thrilled me to death. So something like this, it's more masculine, more angular. This, I think, you know, geometric. So I wanted to show you some of the dangers. I was trying to sand down the top and blew through the veneer. And I've tried to put some darker color stain on it, and it's not gonna happen. So this is gonna have to be painted now. This piece, the veneer was lifting right here. So I tried to pry it up a little bit, and there we go. Pry it up a little bit and put some, basically it's super glue adhesive under there. And then you always want to make sure that you put something heavy on it. And because I'm going to be painting this top, I'm not concerned about, you know, making any marks on it with something heavy like this. The other thing I did, this time I used wood filler. I like Minwax. They have a resealable, stainable wood filler. It comes in a little bucket, which is nice because I can't tell you how many tubes I've gone through where I use it once and for some reason it dries out. So this just had some little hairline cracks in the veneer, but when you have little cracks like this, they may not be that visible in the wood, but once you start painting, it gets very visible. And that's the first thing somebody would notice, unfortunately. This is Lynn Wilson at Lynn Wilson Originals, and if you found this helpful, please feel free to share it with your friends.